Hello and welcome back to Fanteam Focus. Today we're going to be talking about the Gameweek 9 weekly monster where you can win yourself a little bit of cash playing fantasy football. So there's a £42,000 prize pool this week. It starts on Saturday at 3 o'clock. Don't forget, you get to see the teams for those 3 o'clock kickoffs before the deadline of the monster. So do check in on the team sheets between 2 and 3 to make any changes required to your team. Let's go ahead and look at some of the fixtures then for this week, because there are some saucy ones. Southampton play Burnley. You got this young kid, Roger, who played for Southampton last week, with Adam Armstrong missing out altogether on the bench. No one expected that to happen. Is it going to happen again this week? Could be an interesting one to back. Burnley, however, I can't be picking Burnley players. I'll pick Southampton here to win, a very cagey 1-0 home win, I think, for Southampton. So back in Southampton, I think for the clean sheet isn't a bad idea. Palace against Newcastle is the second 3 o'clock fixture on the slate this week. Crystal Palace are a bit of a different team under Patrick Vieira, we're starting to see, I think. Now with the sacking of Steve Bruce, is that going to change the way Newcastle play altogether? I'm not too sure about this fixture. I think it could be a score draw. I like the look of Conor Gallagher, etc. Benteke got his goal last week against Arsenal. These are players who you could go for, I think, this week. Newcastle, they're not going to become a good defence overnight, surely. Everton against Watford, I think you can only see one winner in this game, and that's reflected in some of the prices for Everton players this week. Right behind Man City on prices like 12.6 million and 12.5 million. You've got Everton players like Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. Okay, they're injured, so they probably won't play this week. But then you've got Gray and Townsend as like in the top 10 most expensive players this week. So it's a little bit crazy, but you can see why. I mean, Watford are pretty bad, right? Maybe Ranieri can do something. Now he's had a week with the team. But Everton are strong favourites, and they're definitely worth backing in this fixture, in my opinion. Then we got Leeds against Wolves. Wolves' underlying numbers are actually very, very good. I think they sit in the top 6 in the league if you look at expected goals conceded, non-penalty so far this season. Whereas Leeds, some injury problems. We know they're not like a hugely defense-focused outfit anyway. Jimenez would be someone I would go for 100%. And again, I'll show you my team at the end of the video here. I've picked, obviously, my own monster team. We will go through that at the end. Leeds, yeah, Rafinha maybe. I mean, probably quite expensive this week. Let's just double check that. Yeah, he's coming in at 9.1 million, which is on the steep side, especially considering he's playing a kind of decent defence in Wolves. Okay, they did ship a few goals last week, I think. Then you got Brighton and Man City, and again this week the Man City assets are right up there in terms of price. Brighton have a good defence though. We speak about it almost every week here on the show, but Man City will surely be able to overcome that, right? Back in Man City players, I don't think is a bad way to go. Back in Man City defenders, I think is definitely way to go. West Ham against Spurs, two teams who can definitely concede goals. Spurs, their numbers just aren't great at the moment, although we did see Son and Kane score against Newcastle, but caveat, it's Newcastle, right? West Ham, I'd back Antonio in this fixture all day long. Spurs, yeah, maybe you can go for Son and or Kane. Son is actually a very, very good price this week. I believe I put him in my team. We'll go through my team at the end. But it did surprise me how cheap Son was, 9 million. So it's cheaper than like Rafinha, for example, which is a little bit saucy if you ask me. Brentford and Leicester, I think, will be a low scorer, although I could be wrong. It depends how these teams play. Brentford are a decent defence and Leicester haven't had a decent defence. To be honest, I think Brentford will win this game. Ivan Toney and Mbeumo will look out. Then United against Liverpool. Salah is definitely going to score, right? He's so good at the moment, so I think Salah has to be in your team. Maybe even Ronaldo. I can see both sides scoring in this game. Liverpool's defensive numbers are better than United so far this season, but in this derby game at Old Trafford, surely anything can happen on Sunday. So here's the team I selected last night. I haven't entered it yet, so do tune into our Saturday morning live stream that we do every 10 a.m. on this channel here. So make sure you subscribe with those notifications on to see if I've changed it in any way. I got Sanchez in goal just because he's so cheap, right? And they have got a good defence and they're playing Man City, I know. but he's definitely going to get save points at least, right, in that game. They could fluke a clean sheet, or maybe not even fluke a clean sheet. Could just get a clean sheet because they're such a solid defence, and Man City might have an off day, but he's there because he's so cheap, right? 5.3 million. Then I got the 2 Man City defenders. Brighton don't offer much going forward, but they are solid at the back. 9.5 and 9 million there for Cancelo and Laporte. Again, you can check in on these before the 3 o'clock kickoffs. I just need to check that is a 3 o'clock kickoff, right? Oh, that's a 5:30 kickoff, so don't fall into that trap that I nearly just fell into. That is a 5:30 kickoff, so you'll need to be confident of those players before the deadline, essentially. Then I gone for Salah, Miljovic, is that how you say it? Traore and Son, right? Son, I spoke about earlier. I think he's a great value this week against West Ham. Traore, really good value as well. 7.5 playing against Leeds. I know he's missed a no-end product, but maybe this could be the week, and 7.5 so good, right, for that fixture. Then Salah, 11 million against Man United. What could go wrong? And just to speak about Miljovic, I did see him taking like the set pieces for Crystal Palace when I watched the Crystal Palace versus Arsenal game, because I own Conor Gallagher in the official FPL game, and now I'm a bit worried about that because he's not having so much threat, right? With Miljovic, I can't say his name, but he historically used to take penalties, right? So maybe that will happen going forward as well. Then I got Jimenez, Antonio, and Benteke up front. Shout out to my man Jack, who had Benteke in his team last week. Backed himself, and he got that goal. Antonio, we know all about. I think he can do something against Spurs. And Jimenez, again, with that fixture against Leeds, I think he's a great shout. 8.2 million. I think it's really good value as well. So that's my team. Let me know in the comments below if you have any changes that you would make. Do hit a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. Hit subscribe if you're new. Tune in on Saturday morning for the live stream, and we'll see you again.